the reason why one particular state can be developed because they can unite each others and they can maintain their identity and their goals together. Case like black people that always being discriminated by majorities, they should come out and having their own way to build up their state, their self. That's why we think that by creating new land and and make them unite in one particular state, we believe that is the proportionate way that I will respond why those kinds of cases would be more better to erase the discriminations at the end of the day, because we can create a more competitiveness, which those kinds of things would only happen in our side if we create and let them stay in their own territory. Then I would like to bring two major points of argument and would be integrated with each sub-explanations. Before that, several response to the opposition side of the house. When they're trying to respond over the case that the class still exists in our side, and also class is something that is arbitrary reason towards to this kinds of problem. First, we said that this kinds of class is the main reasons why the discrimination still happen, because those kinds of arbitrary reasons will always lead to the importance or to the significance activity that would be running by this black community. Secondly, at least in our side, we give them the health environment, we accommodate them the comfort environment to them, because in their side, the black people with getting so much exposures, because the majorities will always trying to blaming them, and also we always trying to discriminate them at the end of the day. Second of all, we create a new territory for them that we want to equalize their status. So in our side, there is no more high status what happened in their side like majorities or minorities, because in our side we create a new territory and we create a new land which at the end it will lead to equal the status of society of those black people at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we think that the class should be our priority to solve these kinds of discriminations happen at the end of the day. Second response, when they're trying to explain how giving them the new territory is not proportionate, because you cannot give them new land because they are not stolen by another countries. First, we say that we are not take any land from others, but the standard of reasons why we give them a new land, because the status quo prove that these kinds of black people still hard to fulfill their basic needs. That's why we want to fulfill their basic needs by giving them a new land, and also shows how progressive them at the end of the day, and how it will create a better stigma to the black people in the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. And also we say that it's proportionate, because we give them not only new land, but also we give them the chance to take control their own territory. We give them a chance to having their own authority, which at the end they can unite their perceptions and also their goals at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. So let's talk. Let's jump into my argument. How it will affect their society, how it will affect the ability of the black people in their own territory. They can explore more chance and more opportunity to explore their ability. Cases like discrimination still significantly happen, and we think that the black people still have a few chance and opportunity to access in economy and education or health that my first speaker already explained to you before. And also, by using this kinds of mechanism, it can create a better supporting system. As we see how in the status quo, let's talk about the black psychological perceptions. Even though we see that the status quo, they can live with the majority, they can have a chance, even the little access. We think that it's still hard to themselves, because they feel the exposure. They cannot get any support to be productive with the whole of society in those kinds of state, especially that they cannot give any cannot get any support from the majority at the end of the day. By this mechanism, they can unite each others and support each others. And my first speaker already explained to you before. And also the idea of competitions. In opposition, they must say that it will decrease the demand of competitions by the black people. We think that the competitions would be much better in our side. Why? Because in their side, the society or the black people still have lack of access. That's why the idea of competition is not significantly happen in their side. Even though they say that it's better if they are staying and improving themselves in the same territory, we say that it's still bad. Why? Because you have not enough space to compete and explore your ability. That is why by create their own system and they can have enough space and they will have more opportunity, and also the competition would be more significant in our side because they are recognized, they are having a moral burden, they are having more moral burden because they know that they are established with their own territory. That's why there's those kinds of moral burden can motivate them to improve and explore their own community at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we think that the idea of competition would be better in our side of the house. Second arguments on how it will create a better public discourse. Firstly, it will benefit to the states and it will benefit to the black people at the end of the day. Why it's still hard to having a public discourse in the side of the house? Because people still have an initial bias to the black people that they are criminals, even though they can enter in the political, but they still hard to compete with the majority at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we want to create a better discourse. So it will create a benefit to the black, because in status quo, the public discourse still discuss on how the black people should persuade the majority, on how the black people should adapt with the environment of majority. We say that it's bad because let's compare in our side, the public discourse would be more better. Why? Because the discourse will focus on how these black people would take control their own policy and unite the perception on which beneficial to their state and to their own community. And also it can create a better stigma, which not only coming by the majority but also it coming by the international society. How? When black people can stay in their own territory, and at least we can see the progressive activity that coming by the black people, they can show their potential more if they are staying in a majority environment. That's why I believe that they will be more have a